Hey guys, welcome to SAR Trail. This is a request calling all car guys, 4x4 enthusiasts, Hummer people especially, Chevy owners with a 5.3 liter V8, and anybody that knows anything about supercharged vehicles. So let me give you a quick spec on what we have here and what we have going on and what our dilemma is. This is a 2008 Hummer H3 Alpha. It's got the 5.3 liter V8. It has now been supercharged with a Magnuson supercharger. It's a kit that was from a Colorado 5.3 liter, modified to fit the Hummer H3 because the ones they made for the Hummer H3 were no longer continued. So this one's been slightly modified to fit the Hummer. Really minor stuff to modify it. The heads have been ported and polished. We have a 6080 6-speed transmission and a little bit of exhaust work. There's also a cam in it, and that's pretty much it. And we are running hot. Like, we're running hot. We just can't solve it. So let me show you what we got going on. Okay, right here is our radiator. This is not the factory radiator. The factory radiator is a clutch-driven fan, and it's a plastic radiator. That one leaked, so then we got an aluminum CFS radiator. That thing died a month after warranty. Then we were going to we actually put on here an Entropy single pass fan, dual fan, electric fan driven radiator that ran hot. Right now we have a dual fan driven dual pass radiator on here, an aluminum one. We're still running hot. I don't know that that's the problem, but I believe it's probably contributing. So we run hot. To give you an example of what hot is, yesterday it was 60 degrees. We're on I-25 coming from Colorado Springs up to Larkspur, Colorado, where we're camped out right now. We do go over a bit of an incline. We do have a fair amount of climbing to do. And we kept creeping up. Every climb we'd creep up 2 or 4 degrees. Then we'd level off on a flat and then go up 2 to 4 degrees. Level off 2 to 4 degrees until we got to like 230 degrees. And I'm like, okay, that's too hot. Pull over, run it at idle until it gets down to about 175 degrees. Hit the road again, and then repeat the same process, pull over till it gets back down to cooler temperatures, because it was just going to keep going. It would have gone from 230 to 232 or 234, and eventually to 240 and 250 till it explodes. That's what was going to happen. At idle, on 60 degree days, it's perfect. On the highway, not so perfect. Another thing we have here is a snorkel. This is a snorkel for an i5, inline 5 Hummer H3. We put it on this one with the V8. We know it already is restricting air from the stock what the V8 would want. So that's going to have to get changed. We know that that's probably a contributing factor, at least for performance. I don't know about the heat problem. So if you have knowledge and experience, if you have experience with this engine, this 5.3 liter engine, and solving heat problems, clutch fan versus electric fans, supercharger experience, man, that would be really helpful, because I have learned in the process superchargers on an engine create more heat, which we kind of knew that. We didn't know how much. We didn't know it was going to really change the way this thing drives. Back when we had the factory intercooler, this thing ran perfect all day long, even on the hottest day, up mountain passes with the air conditioner going. It ran perfect. It never got above like middle. Then when that one cracked, because it's plastic, we went to the CFS radiator, and the temperature was up a little bit higher. So it wasn't as efficient as the factory one. Then the Entropy one went on with the 2 electric fans. That was with the supercharger. At that point, so much had been changed. We can't blame it on the radiator, but maybe it just wasn't adequate. So we are really at a point where we're throwing money at this thing, bolting on parts, changing out parts, and we're not getting anywhere. We've been 8 months ago, we left Colorado to not return until this thing was fixed by the guys working on it. And some things have been fixed, like our transmission temperature is solved. That part has been great. Some things have been done and it's been great, but we're still running hot for 8 months later. It's very frustrating. So if you have experience with these things, and please no Monday morning quarterbacks that are going to say, oh, you shouldn't put a supercharger on your thing, Jeff. You should have done this. We get it. We're already in this deep. Okay, we're in this deep. There's no going back now for that. Not really. So, and I know this can be solved, but man, if you guys know some constructive advice not necessarily just a bunch of criticism that's not going to help, man. We're looking for things that are going to help this situation. So if you can help, if you got some light you can shed, if you know anybody that's experienced this, especially with a supercharger, let us know. Please let us know, because you know, right now we just don't want to go and say, oh, let's swap out these parts and throw in those parts and these parts and that part. We've done that. This is the 5th radiator that's been on this Hummer. So do we want to put the 6th one on? Maybe go back to factory with the clutch fan. From what I'm learning is nothing moves air like a clutch fan. So these electric fans are probably inadequate, but I don't want to just guess. If somebody has experience and knows, man, chime in, please help us. What else can I tell you? Right down here is a intercooler. So our intercooler is right down here. That's for the supercharger. Also, the transmission cooler does not run through our radiator. It runs outside of the radiator and is underneath in the back, tucked up, and it's got fans on it. The transmission runs perfect. So we don't have transmission heat in this. It's just coolant. And it's just not doing the job. We have vacuum drained this and vacuum filled this thing, so we know there's no air in the system. We have an 18 PSI cap on here. We were hoping that those two things were going to create, or we're going to solve our problem, but they haven't. So here we are. Help us out. We know we're restricting air. We know we're running hot. We're running really hot to the point that if we just kept driving it, even on a 60-degree day, pulling a 3,500 pound off-road trailer, we have a turbo back trailer, 3,500 pounds. Come show this one over here. See right here, just a small 13-foot trailer, 3,500 pounds. That's all we pull. But pulling that on a 60-degree day on the highway, and we're running really, really hot. We're also on 35-inch tires. We have factory 410 gears. Help us out, guys. If you know anything, send us a link, give us some advice, leave us a comment. Please share this video with somebody you know that could maybe help us out, because I quit my job. We planned this whole thing for our family to travel full-time in this, and we're stuck with a vehicle that can't hit the road. So if you guys could help, man, we would appreciate it. We know there's people that have been watching our channel for a long time, watching this Hummer project for a long time. If you can help, man, we would appreciate it. Thank you, guys.